Thank you for coming to my channel and for listening to today's story. If you liked the story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more chilling tales. The title of today's story is The Silent Room, the Murder No One Heard. So, without any further delay, let's begin. It was supposed to be a peaceful Sunday afternoon in the quiet town of Willamette Ridge, Oregon. Tucked among pine trees and neatly trimmed lawns, the Jensen home sat quietly on Elderberry Lane, a street where nothing ever happened. That day, 29-year-old Clara Jensen was seen watering her plants, dressed in a light sweater, humming softly. She smiled at a neighbor across the street, gave a small wave, then walked back inside. That was the last time anyone saw her alive. Hours later, at 6:43 p.m., Clara's friend and coworker, Julie Mitchell, knocked on her door. They had dinner plans. Clara didn't answer her phone, didn't reply to text, didn't open the door. Julie peeked through the window. The lights were on. The TV was playing some nature documentary on mute. But something felt wrong. She called the police. Minutes later, officers arrived. They found the front door locked from the inside. No signs of forced entry, no shattered glass, no broken latch. So they checked the back. A small kitchen window had been left unlatched. Barely enough for a human to slip through, but it wasn't disturbed. Eventually, officers entered using a spare key Julie found hidden in a flower pot. Inside, the house was clean, undisturbed, no mess, no sign of struggle, until they reached the bedroom. And there, they found Clara. She was lying on her bed, eyes open, face pale, hands folded over her chest. At first glance, she looked peaceful, but beneath the collar of her sweater, bruises, marks on her neck. She had been strangled. No blood, no signs of sexual assault, no struggle, no noise, only silence. Her phone was still in the charger, wallet on the table, cash and cards untouched. The TV remote was in her hand. The killer didn't take anything, didn't leave anything. No fingerprints, no DNA, no tracks. Just one strange thing, a single red rose left on her pillow. Police believed it was someone she knew, a friend, a lover, someone who could enter without breaking in and leave without a trace. Her parents insisted Clara had no enemies. She didn't date much, no ex-boyfriend issues, no jealous coworkers, no stalkers. But what about that rose? Julie, her friend, said Clara once received anonymous flowers at work. A dozen white roses, no card. It happened 2 months before the murder. Clara had laughed it off. She thought maybe someone from the office had a crush. Police pulled security footage from that day, but the delivery came from a generic service. No camera caught the sender. They questioned neighbors. One man said he saw a black sedan parked on the street, unfamiliar, dark-tinted windows. It had been sitting idle for hours. At around 6:30 p.m., the same time Julie was arriving, the car drove off, slowly, and disappeared around the corner. No license plate, no driver description, nothing. They traced every call to Clara's number, all routine, mom, work, Julie, nothing unusual. But one strange thing stood out. 2 weeks before her death, Clara had searched for home security cameras. She never bought one. Why? No one knows. Her diary revealed little. She wrote about work, recipes, yoga routines. But one entry stood out. It feels like someone is watching the house. A car parked again near the mailbox. Am I just being paranoid? That entry was dated 5 days before she died. Still, with no suspect, no clear motive, and no evidence, the case turned cold. Clara was buried on a rainy Friday morning. Hundreds showed up. Friends, coworkers. Her mother collapsed during the service. Her father just stared at the casket, quiet, broken, like a man still waiting to wake up from a nightmare. The bedroom where Clara died was sealed off by her parents, left exactly the way it was. Curtains drawn, books on the shelf, a cup of tea still sitting by the window. The rose was never touched. They had it dried and framed. For years, detectives revisited the case, hoping new technology or a fresh set of eyes would crack it open. But the house had been too clean, the killer too careful, too practiced. Some speculated it was a professional hit, someone paid to make it look quiet and personal. Others believed it was an old friend, someone she trusted, someone who held a grudge. But no fingerprints, no forced entry, no scream, just silence. In 2013, Clara's father died of a heart attack. He had once told a local reporter, "It's not knowing who that eats you alive." Her mother, Evelyn, still visits Clara's grave every Sunday. She brings a white rose, and sometimes a red one. Today, 25 years later, the case remains unsolved. No suspects, no arrests, and Clara's bedroom, still locked, frozen in time. A silent room, a quiet crime, and a girl who never got justice. This was the story of Clara Jensen, a woman loved by many, but taken in silence. If this story chilled you, subscribe to Dark Mystery and click the bell icon to uncover more stories that linger in the dark. Until next time, be aware, be safe, and never ignore the silence.